The United States and Iran just announced a deal to end their war and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. One headline calls it a victory Trump celebrated on his 80th birthday. Another says the very same deal revealed the limit of American dominance. Same agreement, two completely different stories. This is AI Command App Media Lens. Here's what actually happened. After weeks of fighting, Washington and Tehran reached a framework agreement to extend the ceasefire and reopen the Strait of Hormuz, the channel that carries roughly a fifth of the world's oil. Oil prices fell to their lowest level since March. Global stocks rose. Vice President Vance said the deal had been digitally signed, though he stayed vague on key details, and the full text may not be released until later this week. Those are the facts almost everyone agrees on. What changes is the lens. Start with the question of who won. The New York Times ran the headline, "On the nuclear issue, each side finds a way to claim victory." That's a both sides framing, neutral, almost skeptical that anyone truly won. Compare that to coverage emphasizing Trump celebrating a win at the G7. There, the story is triumph and momentum. Now the critical lens. The BBC's Jeremy Bowen wrote that the deal ends a war that revealed the limit of US dominance. Read that carefully. It reframes the entire conflict, not as a win, but as evidence that American power has a ceiling. The Guardian went further into spectacle. That's opinion framing, and it tells you the outlet's stance before you read a single fact. Then there's the skeptical but straight lens. Several outlets led with what remains unfinished. Senator Graham said he's concerned that Iran views the deal differently than the Trump administration does. Others noted Israel ruled out withdrawing from seized land. Same deal, but the emphasis is on the cracks, not the handshake. And watch the economic lens. The Wall Street Journal and financial outlets barely mentioned the politics. Their headline was about oil, why prices haven't shot through the roof yet, and how quickly the Strait of Hormuz can actually reopen. For them, the story isn't who won the war, it's what it costs at the pump. So how do you read across all of this? Notice the verbs and the nouns. Celebrates and win signal triumph framing, revealed the limit signals decline framing. Remains unfinished and concerned signal skepticism. None of these outlets are necessarily lying, they're choosing which true thing to put in the headline. And the headline is the part most people remember. Here's what this tells you. When a single event produces a triumph story, a decline story, a skeptical story, and an oil price story all at once, that's your signal to read more than one source. The deal is the same, the spin is the product. That's today's Media Lens. Subscribe and hit the bell.